Annual budget of the United States government is $6 trillion. One country, 1 year, all of government, $6 trillion. In 18 months, someone spent more than that on infrastructure to automate your job. And you probably didn't notice, because they didn't want you to. So here's what I want to know. Who spent $7 trillion? Where did it go? And, most importantly, who's getting rich from it? Because I can tell you right now, it's not you. It's not most of us. It's a very specific group of people. And they're already billionaires. And they're about to become richer than any human in history. Here's where the $7 trillion went. Undersea cables. Thousands of miles of fiber optic cables connecting continents. Billions of dollars per cable. Data centers. Not small ones. Massive ones. Some of them the size of entire city blocks. Power plants. Because these machines need electricity. Tons of it. Some data centers use as much power as a small city. Semiconductor manufacturing. Extremely advanced, extremely expensive. Only a few countries can do this, and they're building like crazy. This is infrastructure, physical, real, expensive, and it's controlled by maybe a dozen companies. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, a few others. These companies are the only ones who can afford to build this infrastructure, which means these companies are the only ones who can afford to own it. Now here's where it gets interesting. Let's say you start a new AI company. You have the best engineers, the best ideas, maybe even breakthrough technology. You're going to compete with Google and Microsoft. Good luck, because you can't. You literally cannot. To get compute, you need to buy it from Microsoft, Google, or AWS. You don't own the infrastructure. You rent it from the people who do, and they set the prices. This is the game. This has always been the game, but it's never been this expensive before. When Bill Gates could understand the entire software architecture, you could compete. When Linus Torvalds released Linux for free, you had options. But AI infrastructure? You cannot build it without billions of dollars. So the companies that spent $7 trillion aren't just investing in technology. They're building a moat, a wall, a way to make sure nobody else can ever compete with them again. This has happened before. Cornelius Vanderbilt, railroad baron, 1880s, richest man in America. Everyone wanted railroads. Everyone needed them. Dozens of railroad companies, all competing. But Vanderbilt understood something. He didn't care about building the best railroad. He cared about owning the rails. Because whoever owns the rails owns everyone who uses them. Shipping companies depended on him. Passenger lines depended on him. Even competing railroads depended on him for access. He made more money than all the railroad companies combined without being the best railroad company, by owning the infrastructure they all needed. Now look at tech. OpenAI doesn't own the chips. Startups don't own the cloud. Creators don't own the compute. Microsoft owns it. Google owns it. Amazon owns it. And they're going to make more money than all the AI companies combined, without being the best AI company, just by owning the infrastructure. History doesn't repeat, but it absolutely rhymes. The silence, why nobody talks about it. So, if this is a $7 trillion infrastructure grab, why isn't every news outlet covering it? 3 reasons. Reason 1, complexity. Try explaining this on the news. Companies are competing for transformer architecture dominance through vertical integration of semiconductor supply chains. Nobody understands that. Nobody can legislate against what they don't understand. Reason 2, access. If you're a journalist and you write a critical story about OpenAI, you lose your sources inside OpenAI. Your credibility in the industry evaporates. Maybe you never get another AI interview again. But if you write puff pieces, you get access. You get quotes. You get the inside story. So coverage tends to be favorable. Reason 3, intention. The companies spending this money don't want you to understand it, because understanding creates opposition. If Congress understood that Google now controls the infrastructure that every AI company depends on, there would be antitrust scrutiny. So the strategy is simple. Keep it technical. Keep it fast. Keep it proprietary. By the time anyone writes about it, it's old news, and you've already lost. So what does this mean for you? If you're an engineer, your company just got access to GPT-4. The junior developers? Gone. Automated. The mid-level developers? On thin ice. In 18 months, your job will look completely different, or won't exist.
If you're a knowledge worker, your company bought an AI subscription. You used to write reports. Now you review AI-generated reports. Same title, different job, lower pay. Because anyone can do what you do now. The machine does it faster. If you own a business, your clients can now do in-house what they paid you for. They're not firing you. They're just asking for lower prices. Everyone has these tools now, right? 3 different people, 3 different situations, same outcome. Your bargaining power just went down. And the $7 trillion infrastructure spend? It's all designed to accelerate this. Cheaper APIs, more powerful models, faster progress. The replacement is not coming. It's happening right now.
So here's who's winning. NVIDIA, the chip maker, stock up 900% in 3 years. TSMC, the chip manufacturer, maxed out, can't build fast enough. Microsoft, Azure revenue up 30% per year, growing forever. Google, same story, cloud growing 25% plus year over year. Amazon, AWS printing money. These companies don't care if AI is good or bad. They don't care if it aligns with human values. They don't care about safety or ethics. They care about one thing, money flowing through their infrastructure. And here's what's insane. They win if AI succeeds. They win if AI fails. They win either way, because everyone needs the infrastructure. Whether the AI works or doesn't work, you still have to rent from them. The losers, people, workers, creators. And who's losing? Everyone else. Income pressure, knowledge workers, developers, designers, writers, artists, the people who built the modern economy. Your skills just got worth 30% less. Your bargaining power just disappeared. Your next salary negotiation is about to get a lot harder. And it's happening because someone spent $7 trillion to make sure you wouldn't have any options. This is the part where I'm supposed to tell you, stay calm, reskill, adapt. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you this. You've been outmaneuvered, not by AI, by the people who control the AI infrastructure. They spent $7 trillion to lock you out, to make sure you couldn't build an alternative, to guarantee that if you want access to the future, you have to pay them. And that should make you angry. But here's what they didn't count on, understanding the game. The moment you see how it works, you can position yourself differently. The moment you understand the infrastructure is locked, you can stop trying to outcompete on the same field. There are moves, there are angles, there are ways to win when the game is rigged, and I'm going to show you exactly what those are in the next video. But for now, understand this. $7 trillion wasn't spent to help you. It was spent to make sure you need them. Don't get replaced, get strategic.
But infrastructure is only half the battle. If the technology using these rails starts to fail, the whole $7 trillion bet collapses. Watch our next investigation into the AI wall to see the evidence.